You think you're in control of your money, but every month quietly, it's slipping through your fingers. That house, that car, those gadgets you worked so hard for, they're not yours. They're feeding a system designed to profit from you, not for you. And the worst part? You'll probably never even notice until it's too late. You wake up, check your bank account, and that familiar tightness grips your chest. Another month gone, bills paid, yet little to show for it. You've worked hard, saved a little, spent wisely, or so you think, but somehow nothing grows. That new phone, the car you financed, the cozy house you call yours, all of it feels like progress, but quietly it's part of a system thriving on your struggle. Every interest payment, every swipe of that card, every late fee. It's feeding someone else's wealth while keeping yours trapped. You start to question yourself, is this what money is supposed to feel like? Or is there a hidden system silently keeping you in place, one most people never notice, one most people never question, one that counts on your ignorance to keep you working harder but never free? You've been taught that saving money, paying off debt, and buying assets is the path to wealth. That if you work hard, spend wisely, and own things, you're winning. But what if all of it is a lie? Most of what you believe about money is designed to keep you busy, stressed, and compliant. The house you thought was an investment? It drains cash and locks you into a system of taxes, interest, and maintenance. The car you financed? It depreciates the moment you drive it off the lot, yet your mind calls it status. Even that little emergency fund you saved feels safe, but it's tiny against the hidden forces quietly eating away your potential. And every time you pay interest, every late fee, every swipe of your card, it's a reminder that the rules you follow aren't yours. They're theirs. The banks, lenders, and the system have been counting on you to believe that discipline equals freedom, that ownership equals security. And as long as you cling to these myths, you're unknowingly playing their game, a game where you work harder, yet get nowhere. Here's the truth most people never see. The system you've been following isn't broken. It's designed for their profit, not yours. Banks, lenders, and institutions have a formula, a quiet set of rules that compounds wealth for them while keeping yours trapped, and most people never notice. It's not magic. It's simple, counterintuitive, and invisible. Take interest. Every credit card payment, every loan installment, every mortgage payment. You think you're safe, but the money compounds against you while it compounds for them. Then there's leverage. They use other people's money, other people's labor, and other people's trust to multiply their wealth far beyond what your salary or savings could ever achieve. And behavioral psychology? They rely on your habits, your fear of missing out, and the false sense of security you feel when owning things, cars, houses, gadgets. Well, all of it silently drains your potential. Even the investments you think are safe often work in their favor more than yours. Every small decision you make, every late fee, every swipe of your card, every safe financial move, feeds the system without you realizing it. Most people go through life blind to this, believing hard work equals freedom, and the illusion of ownership equals security. But the formula is always at work. Here's the kicker. The same rules they use to grow their wealth can be flipped to work for you. Debt can become leverage. Money can compound in your favor. And assets can grow independently of your time and effort. The system isn't your enemy. It's your teacher, if you're willing to see the truth. And now that you see it, the question is no longer whether it exists, it's whether you'll use it or remain trapped. Most people think wealth is about what you own, your house, your car, the gadgets that signal success. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Ownership isn't freedom. Security isn't strength. They're illusions carefully crafted by the system to keep you trapped. That cozy house you worked decades to pay off, it feels safe, but it binds you with taxes, interest, and endless maintenance. That car you bought to signal status, its value plummets the moment you drive it out. Yet it weighs on your budget like an invisible chain. And the investments you proudly claim are safe, often, they move in ways that benefit others more than they benefit you. The system doesn't just feed on your money. It feeds on your mindset. You've been conditioned to equate comfort with control, to mistake discipline for freedom, to believe that hard work alone can break you free. But freedom isn't a linear path. It's a network of leverage, compounding, and timing. While you toil, thinking small steps and sacrifices will secure your future, your money is quietly being redirected to grow someone else's wealth. And here's the painful part. It's not because you're lazy or stupid. It's because the rules are invisible, and most people never learn them. Now imagine for a moment that the same system you thought was your enemy could actually be your ally. If you shifted your mindset, if you stopped measuring wealth by what you can touch or what status symbols you collect, you can start seeing it as power, movement, adaptability. Money begins to work for you, rather than you working endlessly for it. Small amounts invested with leverage grow faster than decades of cautious saving. Debt, when understood and used wisely, can be a tool instead of a trap. Timing and behavior, once mastered, can bend the rules in your favor. Most people never see this. They cling to myths, comfort, and identity. But you've glimpsed the cracks. You're beginning to feel the difference between illusion and reality. That awareness is uncomfortable because it forces you to question everything you thought you knew about money, success, and freedom. But discomfort is necessary. It's the signal that change is possible. And if you're willing to face it, the next chapters will show you how to take control, flip the formula, and start moving from being trapped to being free. By now, you understand the trap. You felt it, the slow, silent erosion of your money, the illusion of ownership, the comfort that isn't freedom. But knowing the problem is only half the battle. Now comes the hardest part, choosing a path that breaks the cycle. The same system that quietly profits from you can actually be flipped to your advantage. But it requires awareness, strategy, and courage. Step 1. See money as movement, not possession. Stop measuring wealth by what you can hold. Every asset, every dollar, every investment is a tool. It moves, compounds, and grows. Don't let it sit idle. Let it work for you. Small, consistent reinvestments can grow faster than decades of hoarded savings, especially when applied strategically. Step 2. Use leverage wisely. The system uses leverage against you every day: interest, loans, credit. But the same principle can be flipped. Leverage allows you to control more with less, to multiply growth without multiplying effort. Study the rules, understand the numbers, and deploy them for your benefit. Debt doesn't have to be a trap. It can be a tool if managed carefully. Step 3. Change your behavior before changing your income. Most people chase higher salaries, promotions, or side hustles, thinking that more income equals freedom. But the truth is, behavior and mindset create compounding effects far faster than more money ever can. Track your habits, cut the unconscious drains, and redirect every choice to serve growth, not comfort or status. Step 4. Rethink risk and safety. Safety is seductive, but it often limits growth. Diversification, calculated risk, and timing can transform fear into opportunity. Stop hiding in cash or safe assets that stagnate. Money that moves intelligently can escape the invisible chains the system sets for ordinary people. Step 5. Master timing and patience. The system exploits impatience. It preys on people who want instant results or quick fixes. Real wealth comes from understanding cycles, using compounding intelligently, and staying consistent when no one is watching. Patience here isn't boring. It's the engine that powers exponential growth. Finally, realize this. Freedom isn't about working harder. It's about seeing the invisible rules and bending them in your favor. Most people never notice the cracks. Most people never act. But you've already glimpsed them. Every small, deliberate choice you make now is a step away from the system working against you, and a step toward the system working for you. The house, the car, the paycheck, they no longer define you. You define them. And when you apply the rules consciously, your money begins to grow quietly, steadily, and powerfully, turning decades of struggle into momentum, and giving you control the system never intended for you to have. By now, you've seen the cracks. You've felt the tension, the slow erosion of what you thought was yours, and the invisible forces quietly steering your life. You've glimpsed the hidden formula, the system designed to make money off your effort while giving little back. You've felt the uncomfortable truths about mindset, comfort, and illusion. You've learned the practical steps, the ways to flip the system and reclaim control. But here's the final, unsettling thought. Most people never act. Most people go through life seeing the cracks but pretending they aren't there, clinging to comfort, status, and identity. They pay their bills, collect their paychecks, accumulate things, and tell themselves they're safe, all while the system silently takes more than it gives. Now imagine what happens if you don't just see the cracks, but ignore them. That same house, that car, those safe investments, everything you thought was security, will continue to quietly drain your potential. Every dollar will slowly move to grow someone else's wealth while yours stagnates. And the worst part? You might not even notice until years have passed. You'll wake up one day realizing that you've been running in circles. That hard work alone didn't make you free. That comfort isn't the same as control. That's the silent horror the system depends on. The illusion that if you follow the rules, everything will work out. But now here's the difference. You know the rules are rigged. You've seen how the formula works. You've been given the map that most people will never find. And with this knowledge comes power, but also responsibility. The choice is yours. Will you play by the system's rules blindly, letting it shape your life, or will you consciously bend those same rules in your favor, using every principle, every insight, every strategy you've learned to reclaim your financial reality? Freedom isn't given. It's understood, applied, and protected. Most people will never reach it because they confuse activity with progress, comfort with security, and ownership with strength. But you've seen through it. You've walked the path from realization to action. The quiet, unsettling truth is this. Everything you own, everything you work for, everything you value can either trap you or free you, depending on how you use it. And that choice, how you respond, where you direct your energy, what rules you choose to follow, is the final key. So here's the reflection I leave you with. The system doesn't care about you. But now that you know, you can care about yourself differently. You can act where others hesitate, see where others are blind, and move where others stay stuck. The question isn't if the system is against you, it always has been, but whether you are willing to finally step out of its shadow. Because when you do, your money stops working for them and starts working for you. And that, more than anything else, is the real power. If this opened your eyes even a little, share it with someone who needs to see it too. And take a moment to think, which side of the system will you choose to be on?